This shit is saucy.
So our production designer, Max Orgel, he pulled off what was seemingly impossible. We had a half-hour show, but we did a lot more stuff than most hour-long shows do.
I'll start any story the same way, where we are finding what they're interested in, what they know, and you build a world aesthetically around that. You know, Boots is wonderful. He's got one hell of an imagination. We jumped in going for all things aesthetic, and we covered everything from authentic Oakland to brutalist bunkers and, you know, Soviet modern architecture. There is a large breadth aesthetically involved with various characters in this story.
We had to build so many things and also get all these half-scale things made, from props to set design.
A lot of that was achieved through forced perspective. We've all seen pictures of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and then there's someone holding it with their hand. That's forced perspective. You know, obviously the person that's supposed to be holding it is a lot closer to the camera. So that's kind of the same principle that we're trying to achieve here. And then when they talk to one another, it has to look like they're really next to each other, when in reality, Cootie is much closer to camera to make him look that big.
What are you studying?
Well, I'm studying because I think the death penalty is a horrific thing, and I want to do something about it.
We are building sets that are half scale, so we can shoot Jarrell practically, and he will appear to be twice as big as he is.
When you have this illusion, we got to make sure that all the props that are in a room, for example, some of the things that are closer to Cootie have to be half scale.
People had to learn how to do these things because a lot of this stuff just isn't done anymore. We had to figure out how to do it.
You know, you're a big motherfucker. All the wear and tear that you're putting on this house, I mean, just leaning on the walls, you're putting holes in them. And I gotta fix this shit myself.
The Victorian house is fun. This is where Cootie grew up. It's basically showing a breadth and a history of a family. Martise and LaFrancine are artists and musicians. We want to show that. You want to show a deep history. Well, as kind of an interim escape from a house that's physically constricting him,
I have to get out of here.
they found a solution in going outside and building him kind of a studio apartment in the backyard.
My favorite set is probably Cootie's room because it's the only room on the planet made for him.
That particular set's an interesting challenge because it's built in real items for a character that's twice as big. You know, his sink might be a shower head. The sink itself is a bathtub. That works out scale-wise. So instead of just building a giant sofa, I wanted them to cobble together a sofa from a handful of other sofas and then put them on pallets. So it would register quickly that we're still grounded in reality.
One of the things that we talked about getting is this idea of a beautiful clutter. He really brought that and made everything feel lived in.
Hello, Jay.
Mom, you drank my Junko Pop. You were supposed to stay on your floor.
Well, that's a lovely greeting. I needed a mixer.
Jay Whittle, the hero, while he's a hero, he's the hero, he's really the villain to the show. So aesthetically, I wanted a huge contrast from the rest of the quaint and textured feeling of authentic Oakland. And so we went for ultra minimalist environments, strong use of concrete, glass. The building itself defies logic. The building rises and falls at Jay's whim.
There, we're actually going to create a miniature of the building itself. Then we'll use that to make it appear like the whole building is moving up and down.
Bring it to me. Canon Comics.
Moving the building to bring Canon Comics to you.
I'm most excited about seeing people's reactions to how we did it.
He did it beautifully. Like, not only are these things done in scale, but they look good without knowing that. A lot of people are gonna be watching this and not think about that.
And outside of all the absurdist and surreal elements of this, very quick when you establish that that is the environment, that part becomes standard. The story is what will shine.
What'd you think, boy?
Let's stop the world.